How you came to the decision for the lineup tonight with left field, center field, and catcher?
As far as catcher, I think Austin's put forth some good at bats. Yazzie hasn't had that much success against Hendricks, and the way Austin's receiving the rapport with the pitchers, I think that it's been elite. So we'll look to get Yasmani in there tomorrow against Arrieta. As far as second base, want to get Chase involved, have Logan available off the bench. Yeah, Logan's playing great, but I think that it's a good matchup for Chase, and I like him in the lineup. And I think for Dre to have Curtis off the bench against any of their right-handed relievers, I like that matchup. Also with Dre, I think that I like him against Hendricks to just kind of put quality at bats together, give Curtis a little blow, and maybe get him in there in a big spot. And obviously with Jock in their center field, we trust Taylor at short.
Next question. Bill, be in front.
Dave, we've talked about how your team has the lowest chase rate in the majors as far as hitting. Is that something, obviously it's been emphasized, but is that something you can teach, or have you just assembled a group of hitters who are very good at that?
I think that it's something that is part of some hitters' DNA, but I think that it is something that can be learned if it's a priority. And for our offensive group, Turner, Tim Hires, Sean Wooten, it's a priority for those guys, and the message is very consistent all the way down from those guys. And it's obviously, paid benefits for us to scare pitchers out of the strike zone, but when mistakes are made in the strike zone, damage can be had. But trusting the player behind you to get on base and keep the line moving is a big part of what we're trying to do.
Back right, Bill Flash.
Hey Dave, today's yet another anniversary. It's the 13th of your stolen base. Do you ever talk through the course of the year? Did it ever come up with the players? Do you ever use it as a message to some players even know you even did it? I mean, what's the?
I think that funny story. Yu Darvish about 2 weeks ago, I guess, was surfing the internet, and there was like an aha moment. I guess he ran across that stolen base, and he just kind of put two and two together and didn't realize that was his manager. So he proceeded to kind of awkwardly approach me about it and talked about my goatee and how I could steal a base, and he just couldn't believe that was my manager. So that was kind of funny. But I don't bring it up ever. But I think a message that I do bring up in the sense of just being prepared for a particular moment. And I was in 2004, and each guy on our ball club, I think, can relate to that.
Tyler, right here in the front.
The bridge that you guys have from the starter to Kenley has been really strong lately this season, I guess. What do you like so much about the looks down there in the bullpen, and why have they been so effective for you?
I like the way that the way our pen is constructed, the guys that we have in the pen match up with virtually anyone, any lineup. And so to have that freedom or luxury makes it a lot easier to kind of navigate through a game. And so obviously when you have Kenley who can take the ball for more than 3 outs, and now you can count outs in between your starter and Kenley, I feel good with how we can match it with any ball club. So the players, the organization, getting the right guys that make sense for our pen has been the key to the success.
Is there any one of them who surprises you the most, or just giving you more than you thought?
I'd say probably if I had to pick one person, I'd say probably Kenta, because it was so foreign to him as far as the role. But for him to embrace it and to come out firing and throwing the way he has is probably the most, I guess the most surprising, because he's really never done it outside of a couple times this season.